Hey awesome kids team, love you lots. There's heaps to talk about today, so here's a few things. The first thing that I want to talk about, the thing that's really important to my heart, is our prayer meetings. Before each Sunday service, we want to get everybody that's together, rostered on that Sunday, together to pray. Because the truth is, we don't want to just be a daycare centre or a babysitting service. We're not that. We're far more. We're achieving great things and developing these young people in their relationship with God and to further on in their walk with Christ. So what we want to do is at 8:10 before Sunday morning service, we want to meet together for a prayer meeting. So we're going to hold it in R block in the 57s room, because that's kind of a central point if you look at it. So here's a map. This is Bayswater Road, and here's the church here. You come down the entry, there's a little waterway here that I wish was that blue, but it's not. And so you drive down here, and then over here currently is a bridge and then some dirt car park. Where we're going to have the prayer meeting is in that room there, R block. That's where we hold 57s of a Sunday morning. There's going to be chairs and things set up there so we can talk a little bit about the morning and just have an opportunity to pray together. It'll be really, really good. So wherever you're rostered on Sunday morning at 8:10, that's where we meet. At 8:10, we meet down in the drama room for a prayer meeting to start off our morning. The second thing is, this week is our first week back at Kids Church, so we want to make it big. We want to make it massive. We want to make it as big as possible and just as enjoyable as possible. So wherever you are, just be fun. Be interacting with parents, talking to children, high fives. I love high fives. High fives are awesome. Everybody loves them. And so what we want to do is this Sunday, let's make it as big as possible. We're going to bring in balloons, helium balloons. We're going to put, things where they normally wouldn't be. It's just going to be different. It's going to be lots of fun this Sunday. So make sure you come prepared. Prepared to have fun. Prepared for it to be a big Sunday that young people are going to enjoy and families are just going to love. And this week, as I said, it's a big Sunday. We're talking all about the topic big. Which brings me to the point of our themes this year. So what we talk about during a service. Often we just had different things in each age group, but this year we want to bring it all together so that we can move forward in one direction and not have several different areas covering different stories and different parts of the Bible and all that. We just want to move forward in one single direction. So it means that our themes will be the same, and I'll give you the rundown. The first month, which is the last 2 weeks of January, that's going to be our big series. We're talking all about creation and how God is big. God's so powerful. That's the first week. Then the second week is about God's love for us, because when God created the world, the pinnacle of his creation, the greatest moment for him was when he created mankind. He created all of these things to create a place for mankind. And so we just want to talk about how God's love for us is big. Then the next month, which is the month of February, that's going to be our building blocks month. We're going to talk all about things that we need to use to build our life. So things like how you see God, things like church and the Bible and worship and prayer. We're going to talk all about those building blocks that we need in our lives as Christians and to follow in God. And so especially for our young people, they need to understand these things from a young age. Now obviously we'll talk about them in different types of languages and different levels at each age group. So we're not going to be talking advanced things for the young ones. We'll just be telling the stories, but God will teach them through the stories. So then throughout the month we'll do a series, and then at the end of each month we will do a Sunday Fun Day. So that would mean for February there's 3 Sundays of building blocks, and then there's a Sunday Fun Day on the last Sunday. Each Sunday Fun Day will be different. Our first one will be Summer Fun, and after that will be Easter Sunday, so we'll have a huge Easter egg hunt. But I just want you to know just how things are going to work for us in Calvary Kids. We're going to be talking about a theme for that month, and then we're going to have a Sunday Fun Day to break it up, and for the end of that month. It's just going to help us to move forward, I think, so that we can cover different things for young Christians, so that they can, find out more and learn about God and just walk forward in their relationship with God. Now, last year we spoke about the fact that Junior Heroes was moving location from the ELC to ABV Care. If you know where they are, that's great, but I want everybody to know, just so if we're talking to a parent and they're like, where is Junior Heroes? We don't just say, But instead, we have a response and we know where they are. So if you look again at my beautiful map, Bayswater Road, the church entrance, if you look over here, that is ABV Care currently, and that was ELC, the Early Learning Centre. So they've moved from there and they've moved over to there, which isn't much of a difference, but so parents know where to go, let's always suggest that they go over there and remind them where it is. To be honest, we moved there because the facilities are pretty cool. They've got tons more toys and they've got a rad playground and things like that. So it's just a bigger space for us, so that when it comes time for us to grow, which we are growing at a rapid rate, we have the space and it's available for us, and ABV Care said, hey, we'd love for you to use it. So it's really good for us to move over to the ABV Care Centre for our Junior Heroes age group. At the end of last year, I spoke about and suggested the idea that we want to have our sign-in for Junior Heroes and for the Adventurers in the foyer. Now I've changed my mind simply because that would be quite a lot of congestion, and we would then have to walk all the Junior Heroes back over, and we'd have to cross that driveway. Yes, look at my map. We'd have to cross that driveway there, and I just don't want to risk it. I would prefer that if a parent is regular, then they know where it is and they can drop their child here. Plus, if you're a parent, you want to know where your children are going and where they're going to stay, especially if they're that young. So the parents will then drop their kids off before they come in to the site and come in for church. So if ever you're talking to a parent, just remember that ABV Care is where the Junior Heroes sign in. But for our adventurers will still sign in the foyer, simply because it stops that congestion of a Sunday morning. On a Sunday morning, we would have so many parents come into the room and just all be standing around waiting for that single sign-in desk, whereas now we'll have the sign-in desk outside that door in the foyer and have two computers ready to go to sign each child in. That just enables a fluid movement. We'll still suggest that parents go in and have a look so that they can see, and that way children will be more comfortable leaving and separating from their parents. So we just want to think about these kinds of things and just make it easier for parents. Plus, if a new family comes along, then we have that central point where they can just say, hey, just go to the kids' desk in the foyer. It's so much easier, and it just lets them know what's going on. It's just easier to find, rather than trying to go through a door or having to go over to ABV Care or having to go down to the school. They can just walk past it in the foyer. Because at Calvary Kids, we just want to make everything easy for parents. That's what we're all about.